Like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
Queensland's wet weather expected to ease. Flood level of Bremer River at Gympie to fall. Heavy rain falling across a widespread area of Queensland's southeast is likely to dissipate this afternoon, but the Bureau of Meteorology, BOM, has warned sodden catchments could still flood later in the week amidst light showers. Forecaster Matt Collopy said over the past 24 hours most rain-affected regions received between 10 to 25 millimetres of rain. There have been some isolated locations that have received falls above 50 millimetres, but they've mostly been around the high ground of the Scenic Rim, inland from the Gold Coast, Mr Callopy said. Whilst we've still got this sort of moist, easterly extreme, we're still seeing its light drizzly sort of rain impacting southeast Queensland, but it will continue to ease and we will see some of that cloud and that really grey weather start to break up this afternoon. We're continuing to see an easing trend in the shower activity and that will continue into Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. He said while the majority of the rainfall was expected to break up over the coming days, there could still be some showers. Even small amounts of rain are a concern and they will prolong the sort of water sitting around in those catchments as well as any flooding that is occurring, he said. Now there is a hazardous surf warning current from the Fraser Coast right down to the Gold Coast, very large swells moving to the Queensland coast and impacting our beaches in terms of the wave heights as well as the potential for erosion. He said while the major flood peak for the Condamine River has moved from Warwick, it is expected to peak at Warkon this evening. It will reach right down into St George, but we're only expecting minor flood levers down there, he said. The Condamine and the Ballone is a very complex river system with multiple flood peaks moving down, and it will play out over the next sort of 7 to 10 days for quite a long, extended period of floodwaters and warnings that we'll have to say across. The Brisbane River is expected to reach close to the minor flood level at about 1.7 metres on high tide this evening. We are expecting to see light shower activity through the middle part of this week. There is some potential for another weather system from Thursday through about Saturday, he said. We are monitoring that closely. There is potential for increased rainfall. Nowhere near as widespread or as significant as what we've just seen. Gympie, Warwick affected by flooding. Mr Callopy said the Bremer River at Gympie peaked last night just above 16 metres and was expected to stay above the moderate flood level throughout the day. He said flood levels for the Bremer River in Ipswich and the Laidley and Lockyer creeks in the Lockyer Valley were continuing to ease. Gympie Mayor Glen Hartwig said the homes affected had already been damaged by flooding earlier this year. They haven't been repaired since the last time, so there are no people in them, he said. They were destroyed last time. There is not much more to damage. The town was isolated on Saturday, the CBD was inundated and businesses had some water through them. About 800 Gympie businesses and homes were impacted by floodwaters in February and many are yet to get back to normal. Many also flooded in January. Acting Deputy Police Commissioner Shane Chelepy said the bridge into the town has been opened now. The Bruce Highway is open north to south through Gympie with some diversions in place. We did have approximately 30 persons, tourists, in an evacuation centre. We now expect those people to be able to continue on with their trips and their holidays, he said. He said about 11 businesses in the Gympie were affected by flooding, while 26 homes and 22 businesses in Warwick were affected. Those cleanups have already started out there, but I thank everyone in Warwick and Gympie for staying alert to our warnings and working with us, he said. It is great to see that we've had no additional deaths overnight as a result of this event. State Emergency Service personnel completed 130 tasks over the last 24 hours and have so far assessed 282 properties for damage in the Lockyer Valley and Southern Downs. Red alert issued for Maryborough. The Gladstone Regional Harbour Master has issued a red alert for the Bremer River at Maryborough, with levels now likely to exceed the minor flood level of 5 metres. It may peak between 5 and 6 metres on Monday morning with minor flooding. Lamington Bridge on Maryborough Hovey Bay Road at Maryborough was closed on Saturday afternoon due to flooding. Fraser Coast Mayor George Seymour said the town was tired but ready. Earlier in the year we had a flood of 10.3 metres, so a major flood, we re-prepared for this. And a minor flood doesn't affect nearly as many residents and businesses as were affected in February, he said.